Dodgers win a thrilling NLDS Game 1. They come back to beat the Phillies. Shohei Ohtani reacts to his start. We'll hear from Teoscar Hernández, Dave Roberts. We have live clubhouse reaction from Philadelphia. Your Los Angeles Dodgers take Game 1. They get their split at the minimum, but let's get the sweep, and LA has its closer. That's coming up next on the #1 Dodgers postgame show on YouTube.
Oh, Mookie Betts with his 15th
Mookie Magic! This Dodgers team is built to win back-to-back World Series.
One-of-a-kind player! One-of-a-kind season! Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone!
There's nothing that brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. What is up, Dodgers Nation, and welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. My name is Doug McKain. I cover the Dodgers for Dodgers Nation, a credential member of the media. You can follow me on X and Instagram at DMac_LA. Thanks for rocking with us. Moments after the Dodgers get the dub, they win Game 1 of the NLDS. They go into Philly, no bye, no problem. No bullpen, no problem. You got Roki Sasaki getting the final outs. You got Tyler Glasnow coming in on what would have been his bullpen side session day, going out there, getting the job done. Alex Vesia getting the job done. You had Shohei Ohtani making his first postseason start. We're going to break that down. And then Teoscar Hernández. He goes from zero to the hero. Teoscar Hernández, there is a reason why you live with the defense. And yes, there was some bad defense. Make no mistake about it, Teoscar Hernández should have cut that ball off. There's no doubt about that. Teoscar Hernández needs to be better in right field overall. No doubt about it. Bottom of the second inning, after Shohei Ohtani walked Bohm, Marsh single to center, and then Real Muto triple to center on a pitch that was middle, not a good, well-executed pitch by Shohei Ohtani, who was behind the count, and it was a hit that gets past Teoscar Hernández, rolls all the way to the wall. You should have gotten to that ball. You should have cut off. It should, at the very minimum, been a double, but could even have been a single potentially, and it would ultimately cost them some runs because 2 runs scored on the play to make it 2-0 Phillies. Then later, Bader, he had a sac fly that made it a 3-0 game, but that is all the Phillies would get. Shohei Ohtani more than delivered on the mound tonight. Was not the best day for Shohei at the plate in the batter's box as a hitter. This two-way unicorn superstar went 0 for 4, did have a walk, but on the mound, he did a great job neutralizing this tough, stacked, lefty-heavy lineup of the Philadelphia Phillies. Held them to 3 runs on 6 hits, had 9 strikeouts, an efficient 89 pitches. I thought Shohei was extremely composed after that dust up, after that moment there. He was efficient. He had 10 straight retired Phillies at one point. I mean, he was fantastic in this one on the mound. But we're going to break it all down. We're also going to pick a giveaway to the comment of the show. Who gets that later? I'm going to find a comment of the show, a t-shirt. We've got our new Yamamoto t-shirt. I'm dropping a Kike Hernandez t-shirt later, so you can use it on that. We'll drop that tomorrow or Monday. Finalizing that, you get a Clayton Kershaw shirt, a Teoscar Hernández t-shirt. Go to gearup.la for all the best Dodgers t-shirts in the game. We are going to be giving away a t-shirt this show to whoever gets the comment of the show. But welcome to Dodgers Dugout Live / the Dodgers Nation post-game show. We are minutes following the Dodgers taking Game 1. Taking Game 1 in this best-of-5 series, and we know how pivotal that is. This is absolutely crucial in a tough series where you're starting on the road, and to come back the way they did, absolute madness in Philly. Teoscar Hernández, he comes through in the biggest way possible. The Dodgers get 2 runs there in the 6th inning. Kike Hernandez, he comes through in the clutch once again. Mr. Keektober, and then Teoscar Hernández. Hey, raise your hand if you're clutch and your last name's Hernandez. Well, that's Kike and Teo, and both of those guys were massive. Shohei Ohtani, we talked about it. Roki Sasaki there. Hey, Do you guys have any fingernails left? Because I don't. Unclench those butt cheeks. It's going to be a wild postseason ride, and now you got to feel even better about this Dodgers team. Roki Sasaki, phenomenal in this one. He did give up that double to Kepler. It was a splitter, not the worst pitch. It was down and in. He hit it, but he did get a couple soft contact outs. He got Stott to foul out to end the game. That nasty strikeout on Real Muto on the splitter. So we're going to do an in-depth breakdown, but I'm just letting it fly right now because, guys, we have so much to get into in this one. Momentarily, we're going to hear from Dave Roberts, Shohei Ohtani. We're going to hear from a lot of Dodgers who are in Philly celebrating a Game 1 win, but job not finished, in the words of the great Kobe Bryant. Now, I do want to say that the bullpen, who has gotten a lot of the vitriol, that the bullpen that has struggled mightily, that I've said before, this series is the Dodgers versus the Dodgers bullpen. Well, if we're considering what this bullpen did today, well, like I said, you have to view this bullpen in a different light because you're not just getting the same cast of characters that you've seen all season. You are getting an infusion of starting pitcher talent, and that starting pitcher talent made its big difference today with Tyler Glasnow taking down innings. Tyler Glasnow, and then how about Alex Vesia? He comes in a big, massive spot in this one. Vesia, I thought, was huge. He was just tasked with a very difficult situation after Tyler Glasnow in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Dodgers up 5-3 at that point. Glasnow, he struck out Stott. He had the curveball working tonight, did Glasnow. And then he walks Turner on 5 pitches. Then Schwarber, he struck out swinging another nasty curveball in the zone. But then Bryce Harper singled to right and he walked Bohm. That loaded the bases in a 5-3 game with 2 outs. You go to Alex Vesia to face Sosa, and Vesia, he comes through, locates that 4-seam fastball, little low. You would like to see it a little higher in the zone, left a little out over the plate, but still gets the fly out to center, misses barrels, and he gets out of the inning. So I want to show some love to Alex Vesia. And I think that's good for the confidence of not just the new look Dodgers bullpen that has Roki Sasaki and Tyler Glasnow and Emmet Sheehan and Clayton Kershaw, but you are going to need the existing pieces of that bullpen and guys that helped this team last year, namely Blake Treinen and Alex Vesia. If you just give me Blake Treinen and Alex Vesia, if you can just give me those 2 guys, that's all I ask for. I'll take Tanner Scott, Jack Dreyer, but just give me those 2 existing pieces. And I think with Roki Sasaki, Glasnow, and Kershaw, you might have enough if your starting rotation is going to go 6 or 7 innings every single game. And that's what we've gotten so far in the postseason. So let's hear from Alex Vesia. And remember this, you don't mess ya with Alex Vesia.
Alex, you came into this game, bases loaded, of course. You were able to execute, but to be in that moment, describe going on the mound, feeling it, and closing that one out.
Yeah, this place is loud. It's great atmosphere. I mean, for myself, Mark comes out, we go over a little scouting report, and just trusting my strengths there. Getting 1 out. So obviously it went the way we wanted to, and then Roki comes in, shuts the door. It's a good win by the Dodgers. Teo, that bomb was sick.
What was the reaction to the bullpen? We saw him losing his mind.
We were going nuts. J-Bone, our trainer, he almost passed out. So yeah, we were in a good spot down there after that homer.
Yesterday, he told me the importance of winning Game 1 in the postseason. Why is that so important?
Big time. I mean, just establishes, that. Hey, Kirsch. Hey, it's fun to have him in the bullpen, I'll tell you that. But yes, game 1, you always want the first one. So we got another one, not tomorrow, next day, but let's keep clicking them off.
Alex, congratulations on this win tonight.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Teo, that bomb was sick. That could be a t-shirt. Let's get into some super chats here. We got Ken Tinker's Yoshi, $10. Yoshi went to his curve because they were hitting his 100-mile-per-hour. Shohei went to his curve because they were hitting his 100-mile-per-hour fastball, especially in the middle of the plate, and we found the Phillies' weakness. They can hit fastballs, but no curveballs. LOL. Yeah, I mean, that's in my notes, is the adjustment there. And we saw when Shohei Ohtani did go to that curveball against the Reds, that unlocked everything for him. He was essentially unhittable after that, and that was what allowed him to keep those Phillies hitters at bay throughout this game because he was missing middle. at times in this one, but to find that curveball the way that he did, that was a massive adjustment, and it paid dividends not only for Shohei Ohtani, but also you saw Tyler Glasnow go to that curveball, and that was massive for him. If you look at Shohei Ohtani's pitch usage tonight, he ended up throwing 16 curveballs, so that's an 18% clip. Went four-seam slider, curveball, splitter, sweeper, sinker, cutter, but it was that four-seam slider, curveball. Those were his three most used pitches in this one, and you're absolutely right, is he found that pitch, and that's what really allowed him to, I think, get some really good length out of this game. I mean, he struck out Turner with a sweeper in this one, so it was a really good job using some secondary stuff. The pitch he got Stott with was a four-seamer, heart of the play, just attacking guys like he does sometimes. But yeah, I mean, Harper, splitter, he struck out Harper with a splitter. He struck out Schwarber with a splitter. So we also saw an increased usage of that splitter in this one. And I also think that was something that I've heard was a part of the plan in the postseason, was going to some more splitter that we haven't seen him use as much. But that was massive for him. He got Kepler with a four-seamer. He struck out Schwarber with a curveball, that nasty curveball down and away there with runners on first and second in the fifth inning. So, yeah, look, we saw Shohei Ohtani do unicorn things, and it was fantastic. We got Ryan Montaz. What up, Doug? Ryan O'Ryan saying Teo is clutch. That's why we re-signing him. I'm going to get to Teo. Guys, this is the official after party here on YouTube. I'm going to look for a comment of the show, give out a T-shirt. So that's going to be fun. We've got some more super chats. Victor Banos, D-Mac. The closer is Nasty Roki. You were right. The Clutch Brothers, the Teoscar Hernández. Ohtani was great, keeping us in the game. Great win for LA. We got Hernandez Bros equals Smash Bros from the Mighty Ducks. I like that. That's from Andrew Chen. Lots of super chats coming in. And then how about, so the Dodgers, after that, let's start at the beginning here. Let's do a little in-depth breakdown, and we're going to spend at least 30 minutes just listening to all your comments. So keep those comments firing away. I will get to, I have producer Tony Taters producing this one, so he's looking for your comments. I got a full board of super chats in this one. Thanks for tuning into the #1 Dodgers post-game show on YouTube. The only one where you're going to hear the post-game reaction live from Philadelphia, so definitely stay tuned for that. We've got more coming up. We'll hear from Dave Roberts. We'll hear from Shohei Ohtani. But first thing I want to say, first takeaway, is that this absolutely lived up to the hype. If there was any doubt in your mind that these are the two best teams in baseball, I think tonight should really confirm it and shake any of those, because Sanchez was great. Christopher Sanchez was phenomenal in this one. He really was. He was great. And I think the story of this game, though, is the redemption arc for Teoscar Hernández. That's the story of this game. Like Alex Vesia said, that bomb was sick, because early in this game, Teoscar Hernández, as we point out, he did not play it correctly. He did not find a way to just cut it off on a hit by JT Realmuto that would end up a 2 RBI triple, and then they would score another run thanks to a Harrison Bader sacrifice fly. But he redeemed himself in the biggest way possible, because after Kike Hernandez came through in a big way in this one, he was able to step up and hit that 3-run shot. But let's work our way to that. Let's work our way to that, because Christopher Sanchez was great in this one. He really was. He dominated the Dodgers for most of his start. He had 8 strikeouts. He did not allow any runs until the 6th inning. He gave up a walk and a single with 2 outs that kept that inning alive in the 6th. And in that inning, the Dodgers started to smell blood. And that's what's great about this Dodgers offense, is they did a really great job of getting his pitch count up for the first couple of innings. He did have an efficient inning there in the middle part, but still, the 6th inning, they were able to get things going with them, and it was with 2 outs. And it started with a Freddie Freeman 2-out, 5-pitch walk, and then Tommy Evans steps up. He singles to right, and that brings up Mr. Geektober, Kike Hernandez. The Banana Man lives for these moments. And a few days ago, I asked Kike Hernandez how you continue to play up to his reputation in October, and how he continues to execute and get big hit after big hit, big swing after big swing. And what Kike Hernandez told me was, he has to take it pitch by pitch. He has to live one inning at a time and go out there and just try to execute without thinking about what's happened in the past and what's happening in the future, just living in the moment. He also said that in 2017, before Game 5 of the NLCS against the Chicago Cubs, when he would hit 3 home runs, that Rich Hill would give him a pep talk. And that pep talk that Rich Hill gave Kike Hernandez was, hey, big players step up in big games. And something changed when Rich Hill told Kike Hernandez that. And ever since that game, the next day, Kike hit 3 home runs. He told Clayton Kershaw, I've got your back. And ever since then, he's been one of the very best postseason players of all time. He's 25th all-time in postseason OPS, an 885 postseason OPS. That's 25th all-time for hitters with a minimum of 150 at-bats. The 2 guys that are in front of Kike Hernandez are Miguel Cabrera and Reggie Jackson, Mr. October himself. Think about how absurd that is. Think about what that means. Kike Hernandez is in a conversation with Reggie Jackson and Miguel Cabrera, 2 postseason legends. And for Kike to do what he does, he goes up there and he said, I love October. I get hits. And we saw that in that inning once again. Kike Hernandez stepping up to the plate, and he doubles to left, and that got the Dodgers right back in it. I thought this was going to be your classic postseason Dodgers offense that we've seen in years past, where it's on the road early in the series. They're not going to show up. The Dodgers offense looked like the offense that had the layoff. The Dodgers offense looked like the offense that wasn't getting anything going. And you got to tip your cap to Christopher Sanchez. Sometimes you have to do that, but they were having good at-bats. You were seeing pitches. There was contact there. So at some point they were going to break through, and it happened there in the 6th inning. And it was thanks to Kike Hernandez. A big moment for Kike, getting that 2-run double the way he did, and that set him up, and it was huge. It really was. He gets the double, and he goes right into the left field corner. Freddie Freeman, Tommy Edmonds scored. That got the Dodgers within a run. And then Sanchez, who in his last 2 starts against the Dodgers this year, he threw his changeup only 22.6% of the time. But in Game 1, the Dodgers were struggling against that changeup from Sanchez. He threw it 40.4% of the time. He got 12 of his 18 swinging strikes on that changeup. That was what was keeping the Dodgers off balance, was that changeup, their inability to find a rhythm, find some timing with it. But that double for Kike, that was on a slider, and that was Sanchez's final pitch. So it was Kike who knocks out Christopher Sanchez, and he just continuing to do what he does. He's an absolute Dodgers legend. He'll never pay for another drink in this town. The Banana Man is incredible. And Kike now has 5 hits and 12 at-bats in the first 3 games of the postseason. He had 2 doubles with 3 RBIs. I mean, it's death, taxes, and Kike Hernandez getting clutch base hits in October. I mean, what more can you say about this guy? Kike Hernandez is an absolute Dodgers legend, and he comes through in this one. And, of course, it was Kike. Think about it. Yeah, it wasn't Shohei. It wasn't Mookie. It wasn't Freddie, even though Freddie had a hit and a walk. Who got the Dodgers' first 2 runs of this NLDS? It was Kike Hernandez, and it was great to see him in the starting lineup. By the way, I said before the game in today's morning show, do not be surprised if Alex Call was starting. I said Alex Call would be a factor. Also, what was my score prediction? Your boy said 5-3. So, boom, feeling pretty good about that. But let's hear from Kike Hernandez for after the game, live from Philadelphia.
Okay, can you take us just to that 6th inning really quick? When you guys were able to kind of pass the baton, getting to Sanchez, getting him out of the game, what were you just seeing there, and what adjustments did you make?
I mean, I think all credit to Freddie. Freddie got us going with a 2-out walk. It was a big at bat. He took some tough pitches, and then after that, Tommy, taking what they gave him, a pitch away, he went with it, and then he kind of showed me everything. He threw me all 3 pitches, and he had a lot more movement than the last time we faced him at home. So I was trying to like really not do too much and just trying to get a pitch to hit, and he actually made a really good pitch. I was able to stay inside that ball and keep it fair.
It felt like the tides kind of started to turn there. Did you start to feel the momentum building on the offense, and then you guys were able to get to the bullpen?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's always a matter of time. It's always a matter of getting it going, and it seemed like we did it at the right time. And after that, Teo with a big 3-run homer like he's done time after time last 2 years, and all credit to the pitching. I think Shohei, after that one inning, he kept us in the game. He kept doing it, and the bullpen came in, shutting the door. It was really huge for us.
You talked about Teoscar. We saw his reaction on TV. He was losing his mind. What was just the reaction in the dugout?
We were all losing our minds. We couldn't really see what his reaction was because we were trying to see the ball. It was a really high fly ball, and the stadium were really quiet, and we weren't sure if it was going to be a homer or not. So we were looking at the ball, and once the ball went out, we started freaking out, and then Teo was still freaking out himself. So I didn't see his reaction, but I can't wait to see it when I get inside.
We saw Roki Sasaki close out the wild card. For him to close this one out in this atmosphere, what was it like just being behind him?
I mean, it was huge. I wasn't sure what to expect. He started warming up really late, and then we had that situation where the ball hit the umpire, and it kind of gave him a chance to get ready and come in the game. And he did what he did against Cincinnati. So it was fun to watch, and we're looking forward to the next game.
Congratulations on this Game 1 win, Kike.
Thank you.
It was Shohei Hernandez, courtesy of SNLA. Let's go to the comment section. Here we got Keektober from N Rocks. Yeah, comment CK3K doing a giveaway for that too, for the 3,000 strikeout bobblehead. Also, we are dropping a new channel. It is the LA Sports Report dedicated to the Lakers, Dodgers, Rams, USC, every single LA sports team. But we're doing different Dodgers content over there where I can do live breakdowns during games, after games. So Dodgers fans are going to be tons of Dodgers content over there. It's my new passion project, the LA Sports Report. We're having our first big episode on Monday, so I'll leave the description down below. Subscribe there because we're doing a giveaway over there as well. It's got some super chats happening. Charlene O, the Hernandez brothers should do a photo calendar with just the month of October. Comment of the show early from Charlene O. Comment of the show early for that. I love that. Let's do some more, guys. If you want to guarantee a comment, you guys can super chat us, but I'm going to also read a lot of yours later. We got MM Forever. Why isn't Muncy starting? 0 runs when he's out. Look, today was pretty simple. Christopher Sanchez, that's a dominant left-handed pitcher, and Max Muncy's been banged up of late. He got hit in the head. He was feeling a little fuzzy, still coming back off the oblique injury, and he struggled against lefties this year, whereas Alex Call, he's been really good against lefties, so you throw him in left, and then you start Shohei Hernandez, so that is how that goes. We've got some more. We got Andy Chen. We've got Victor Banos. We've got Sneaky Panda, $5 super chat. I would have absolutely no problem going, okay, I just bought myself a new set of knee. Okay. Big beer. Sneaky Panda has the most out-of-pocket bruh comments we've ever seen. Bardo Munoz, $10 super chat. Pitching was great today. Glasnow was also good, although loading the bases, but they were the Phillies. Our starters is our competitive advantage. Ohtani needs to deliver offensively, though. Show or Glasnow in Game 4. I think you go Tyler Glasnow in Game 4, and you keep Shohei Ohtani for Game 5. Yeah, it wasn't the best night for Shohei Ohtani at the plate. We saw him strike out in critical situations. He was guessing on a lot of pitches. He was taking fastballs in the zone that we typically don't see him take. But look, what he did for the team was more important. It was what he did on the mound, and it was the innings that he put together. So we'll talk some more Shohei here. Let's continue to break this one down, though, getting back into the action. So Ohtani, he was out after 6 innings, 89 pitches. The Dodgers, and as someone pointed out, their strength. My love language is great starting pitching. My love language is great pitching in general, but starting pitching. And when you have a surplus of it like the Dodgers do have, you can do things that other teams can't do, right? You go to the Dodgers garage, it's a Bentley, a Ferrari, a Rolls Royce, a Bugatti, a Lamborghini, and they're like, oh, that's it? No, there's a G-Wagon, a Range Rover. They have so many cars, and they have just so much luxury that the luxury that they had was, think about the flex that we saw tonight. And I know all the haters out there. That's Tyler Glass arm. He's soft. What'd I say? That was Glass then. This is Glass now. And tonight he showed that he can deliver for the Dodgers in the postseason. And the Dodgers, they had that ultimate luxury of bringing in a Tyler Glasnow, a guy that for a lot of teams would be their locked to be their game 1 or at the very least their game 2 starter. He's coming out of the bullpen following a Tyler Glasnow, following an Ohtani. Okay, just think about the luxury that is. So he comes out. He hadn't pitched in a while. He pitched 3 innings in the last 13 days. Last time we saw him was up in Seattle, where he went 3 innings, where they were getting him ready to go on a different type of path as a guy who can pitch out of the bullpen and a guy you can use as a starter as well. And you got game 4, a potential game 4, 5 days away. So that set him up to come out for an extended relief appearance, and he gets 5 outs. He did give up 2 singles, and he did issue a walk in the 8th to load the bases with 2 outs. So that did make it where he's not going to get that 3-inning save. I think that if he was efficient, I think that if he had pitched a little better, I think Dave would have used him for a 3-inning save, and he would save Roki Sasaki for Monday's game. So I think you could use Roki both games, but I think that that's something the Dodgers were going to do. All the people that wanted the piggyback save situation, you almost got it today, but he did look a little less sharp there in the 8th inning. And the Dodgers, they end up bringing Alex Vesia. And what happened is you brought an actual reliever, someone who's an actual bullpen guy. And he had a right-handed pinch hitter in Edmundo Sosa, gets him to fly out, and the lead was intact still. And then Roki Sasaki came into a 9th inning. I think what I like about Roki Sasaki right now is putting him in clean inning situations. They did that there in the 9th. He worked his way around that 1-out double, and he gets his first save. So give it up for the monster of the Reiwa era. And I see this comment right here from Bang Stedman saying, D-Mac, you never sold out on Roki Sasaki. You stuck with him while everyone said he was a bust. You probably feel like a proud papa today. Look, all I can say is I've known about Roki Sasaki for a very long time. And this is the very first show that ever mentioned the name Roki Sasaki and linked him to the Dodgers. And the reason we had Jose Mota on the show, and he was talking to us all about Roki Sasaki and filling us in on how great this guy is because he had just came back from Japan. And what I can say about Roki Sasaki is he is the monster of the Reiwa era. He is someone that, I was listening to, I think it was Austin Reeves on a show recently, and he said that all athletes, one of the best pieces of advice he got was to be an athlete at this level, you have to have delusional self-confidence. And I think that Roki Sasaki has a positive delusional self-confidence that in his mind, he truly does believe, as Andrew Friedman told us in Dallas, the goal of being the best pitcher on the planet. And when you feel that way about yourself, well then, hey, what's the big deal about coming out as a reliever and getting 3 outs? Well, he was able to stay composed, and everyone talked about, oh, Philadelphia, oh my gosh, this place that's entire identity is based on a fictional character in Sylvester Stallone and Rocky. Oh, this raucous environment, the Citizens Bank Park, it's so hard to play there. Roki's like, you guys guess what? As loud as those fans are, sure, he gave the double. As loud as those fans are, can those fans, last time I checked, those fans can't come down and take the bat and swing and hit. Those fans can't come down and play in the game. They can just make noise. Hey, we saw Penn State lose to UCLA today. And the whiteout, Pennsylvania, are loud crowds overrated? I think they might be. Let's be honest. And Roki was unfazed. He was an absolute samurai. He was an absolute Jedi, and he got the job done. So incredible job by Roki Sasaki. That is the Dodgers closer. And that is my second biggest takeaway in this one. The Dodgers have found their guy. And we've been talking about it on this show for months. Could he come up and do what Frankie Rodriguez did for the Angels in 2002 when he was an unknown reliever that had great stuff and helped the Angels win a World Series title? I think the answer is yes, but I think the difference is this is going to be short-lived. Roki's going to do this year, and then next year he's going to go back to being a starting pitcher and being dominant. But if this is the floor for Roki Sasaki, if this is the bare minimum of what you're going to give for Roki Sasaki, a guy that you're paying $7.5 million to for the signing bonus and a minor league contract, this is it? He's just the best closer? Guess what? The Phillies, they traded a major pieces to get Johan Duran. The Padres, they traded away everyone to get Mason Miller. Guess what? The Dodgers, they didn't trade anyone to get Roki Sasaki, and all they have to give him for $7 million. And Roki Sasaki has had a bigger impact already this postseason than Johan Duran and Mason Miller. Take that. The Dodgers are playing 4D chess. You got to love it, man. They've got their guy. Roki Sasaki, like I said, I dubbed him the Roki of the Year. Sure, he's not going to be that, but he's going to be the Roki of the postseason. I will stand by that. Absolute incredible stuff. All right, so now let's hear from the big show himself. Shohei Ohtani just spoke to reporters in Philadelphia, assessing his... Oh, he's looking sharp. My man rolled up in the Hugo Boss. Don't you love that? My man Shohei, he dresses head to toe in Hugo Boss. You can tell it costs a lot of money, but everything he gets is free. Like, everything is free because he endorses it. Free headphones, free clothes, Porsche, free car, free facial cream for that Decorte stuff. I mean, isn't it so funny? You work your whole life to be able to buy expensive things, and then Shohei, when he does that, it's like everything's free now. So, I mean, it's pretty incredible. But here was Shohei Ohtani after the game, and keep those comments rolling, guys. We're going to spend a lot of time getting to your comments here in just a little bit. But the Dodgers take game 1 of the NLDS, but here was Shohei Ohtani just moments ago.
Related, as you were coming out to the bullpen, you know, you were acknowledging the crowd. It seems like you were kind of taking it all in and embracing being sort of in enemy territory. Just take me through your thinking in those two moments, please.
8回の打席でバントしたことと、ブルペンに行く前の、ちょっとみんなに手を挙げてたところっていうのをちょっと振り返ってもらって、どういう？
最後はそうですね、ウィルナーとバットぐらいで朗希が作り始めてたので、監督から時間を稼いでほしいっていうオーダーが出てましたし、そういう意味ではいいフォアボールになったのかなとは思うので、はい、良かったのかなとは思いますね。はい。
I was told by Dave Roberts to make some time for Roki pitching the bullpen, warming up. So I wanted to do everything in my power to make sure we got ample time for him.
Okay, we're going to go right here, second row on the right.
Or just the moment before the game.
試合前の手挙げて、なんか。
いや、試合前は特に、さっきも言いましたけど、データ整理をしている段階では緊張しましたけど、結果的ゲームとゲーム前はいい集中力と楽しんで、ブルペンのセッションも今まで以上にいいセッションでしたし、いい感じで試合に臨めてたかなとは思います。
なんかブルペンにテレビの上に手を挙げたことの件らしいです。
そうです。全体的に楽しめたということですね。
Okay. Yeah, just I was just really I was able to enjoy the atmosphere, and that was the action that I took. But it was, as I said before, I was preparing for the game, just being focused on the game, and a little bit of nervousness, but I definitely enjoyed the time prior and during the bullpen.
So there you go. I love that. Dave Roberts telling Shohei Ohtani, go up there and make sure that Roki has some time to get ready. But just think about this, Dodgers Nation. Think about this. Tonight, the Dodgers had their starter be an ace. Their starter goes up there, and he's an ace, right? Your ace was the starter. And then you had an ace come in as a reliever in Tyler Glasnow and get you 5 big outs. And then you had Alex Vesia come in and drink those 5 Red Bulls and look like he's going to run through a brick wall and get you hyped. LFG, Alex Vesia. And then you had an ace for your closer. Think about that. Tonight, the Dodgers got the game done. Tonight, the Dodgers won a game in which their starter was an ace, their first reliever out of the pen was an ace, and their closer was an ace and is going to be a future ace. This is not normal. The Dodgers are playing in a different league as far as depth and roster construction. So that's pretty wild. So I thought Shohei Ohtani was fantastic though on the mound. I'm not going to lie. Like, I know I do this professionally. I do this for a living, but over the last 24 hours, man, I had my fan cap on. I'm in the grocery store. I'm driving around, and I was a little 12-year-old again, staring at the ceiling, just nervous for Shohei Ohtani, just because I'm not afraid to say it. And yes, I glaze him so much, I should get a job at Krispy Kreme Donuts. But man, I really, really am a big fan of this dude because of the way he works. Because I just feel like This is the last time we're ever going to see anyone like Shohei Ohtani. Clayton Kershaw, you too, but Shohei Ohtani for sure. And I was so nervous because one thing I was told from someone from the Dodgers recently when it comes to, I was like, man, he's got to have some nerves, right? Because yesterday he did say that he had some nerves heading into this start because it was his first postseason start and a lot of pressure. And of course, it's honest. And you appreciate that he's a little more open and honest this year. And he said, yeah, I'm going to feel some nerves. And he also kind of, I think strategically yesterday when he talked about Philly cheesesteaks, he was trying to kind of lighten up and butter up that Philly crowd. By the way, give me street tacos over Philadelphia cheesesteaks like every single day, like it's not even close. Like give me LA street tacos over that any day. But anyways, I digress. And this guy from the Dodgers told me, look, yeah, he's feeling pressure, but just think about this. When Shohei Ohtani pitches for WBC, when Yamamoto pitches for WBC, when Roki Sasaki pitches for WBC, those guys feel the pressure of an entire country. And that even when Shohei Ohtani was with the Angels, he felt the pressure of an entire country. And even early on with the Dodgers, the pressure of an entire country. Most guys, most stars, Aaron Judge, it's the pressure of New York. Bryce Harper, it's the pressure of Philly. When Shohei, Yamamoto, and Roki pitch, it's the pressure of an entire country. So they're used to the big, bright lights. They're used to this. They're built for this. They're designed for this. And tonight, Shohei Ohtani, think about how impressive this is. Just like when Yoshinobu Yamamoto had to pitch after Teoscar Hernández dropped the ball in Game 2, it forced him to throw 12 extra pitches. He was unfazed. He didn't blink, and he went out there and he dominated. The same thing happened to Shohei Ohtani tonight. These dudes from the WBC Team Samurai in Japan, they are wired. They're absolute dogs. They're laser focused. They can handle adversity. Tonight, after that inning where Teoscar Hernández, bad defense, yep, we're going to talk about Teo too, because I want to hear from him, waiting for him to come up, and I'll give you my Teo takes. But after that moment, Shohei Ohtani, he retired 15 of the final 17 batters that he faced in his 6 innings. And those 6 innings, he had 9 strikeouts. He allowed 3 second-inning runs. And then after that, it was Teoscar Hernández who, hey, Teoscar Hernández, he came up and gave Yoshi a hug and told him he was sorry. Well, guess what? He didn't have to do that to Shohei. He did it with his actions. The sorry was in the form of a 3-run home run that put them on top. And Shohei made some big pitches in this one. He really made some massive pitches in this game that really got the Dodgers in a good spot where you're giving your offense a chance, even though he did not have his greatest time at the plate. I mean, I look at that bottom of the 5th inning where he hits Bader with the pitch, Stott single to center, and then a couple batters later with runners on first and second, Shohei Ohtani gets that big curveball to end the inning. So that was massive. I mean, that's the 2 top MVP candidates in the National League. Shohei's going to win unanimously, but Shohei's ability to go to that curveball in these big spots, that saved him tonight. It really did. That Uncle Charlie saved him tonight. So it wasn't the best, most dominant night for Shohei, but he really got out of it in a big way. And even in that second inning with Teoscar Hernández in the bad play he gets that out inning with bases were clear, but he gets a strikeout there. So I love the fact that he can get out of innings by going to the punch. The man's just an incredible athlete. He's one of one. I think one of the biggest cliches is calling someone generational, but he's not even generational. He's literally this is the only time we are ever going to see this type of athlete. It's absolutely insane. So you got to love it. But let's hear from Tyler Glasnow. I want to show him some love too. Where's my Glasnow haters? Everyone's always like, hey, where's Tyler Glasnow? Where's Tyler Glasnow? I don't know. I think he's out there on the mound getting big outs in the Dodgers Game 1 win. So I'm happy for Killian Murphy, a.k.a. Tyler Glasnow.
Tyler, just to come out of the bullpen in this one, I know it was almost like a very intense elevated side work, but for you coming out, what was it just like kind of going on that mound today?
Definitely different. I think I was in the bathroom and the phone rang and they yelled my name. I was like, all right, here we go. And I ran up and warmed up and definitely felt weird, but fun, like adrenaline. You kind of have more things going, not as much effort to get the same stuff, I guess. And warmed up. Teo hit that homer. That was great. Went out through, felt good.
You probably wanted to close out just that that 8th inning there. What were you kind of seeing that allowed them to get to you? And how is this just kind of a good, whether it be a test or a good preview for the start that you'll likely be having on for Game 4 if that comes?
Yeah, I feel like they didn't bite at any of the sliders really. A couple good curveballs, kind of leaving it up. Heater early was pulled, but got a little bit better. But yeah, it's good to face them early in a situation like that, and then just kind of get ready for the start. Yeah.
This time of year, does it matter if you're a starter or reliever? You just got to get outs.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So whatever they want, I'm ready for.
Was it uncomfortable? I mean, you're used to starting the game on the mound. This time you kind of run in.
No, it was kind of nice. Like the adrenaline boost. It was just kind of different. I kind of enjoyed it. It was cool. Yeah.
Anything that surprised you about it?
Well, say it again. Anything that surprised me?
Yeah.
Maybe just the adrenaline a bit. Just I think like the effort you need to get the same thing. I think early on I was like ripping off a little bit, trying to just do too much. I think, and then I just said like calm down, like 85%, and then I think everything kind of started to shape out a bit better.
Was that settling down? Was that in the bullpen warming up, or was that on the mound?
No, the bullpen warming up, things were coming out pretty good, and I was like ripping it. And then on the mound, I just felt like I was a little early, kind of pulling left on everything. And I was like, all right, just don't. I looked up, the velo was fine, so I was like, let's just try to get it back online, and felt a little better after that.
Does it change your gut when you see the 3-run homer, or do you just try to still lock in?
They had me warming up before that, so I was just trying to warm up. Like I didn't even think about it, to be honest. Like the homer, he hit the homer, we all celebrated, and then I just went out and just tried to take each out, I guess.
The Tyler Glasnow, Santa Clarita's finest. I know Tony Taters appreciates that one. He goes an inning and 2/3, giving no runs and a hit. 2 strikeouts, 34 pitches, 18 for strikes. I think for Glasnow, kind of the big key for him is just to get used to that role. I mean, he's just not used to that. I mean, he hasn't done this in a long time, so give him a lot of credit for in a very tough pressure-packed situation to go out there and execute it. And I really think the hidden, my MV3, we're going to give out our MV3, by the way, just a little bit. Give me your MV3. We do that on this show, the 3 most important players for this game. I think Alex Vesia is a very sneaky one. To get him out of that bases-loaded jam there with Sosa, I mean, that was huge. I mean, that was just incredibly massive, especially for a guy who's kind of representing the original OG Dodgers dog bullpen. For him to come up in that spot the way that he did, he deserves a ton of credit in this one. He was really huge just to be able to deliver in that spot. I mean, it cannot be overstated. You just never know what you're going to get for relievers. So to come in there in the 8th inning, it was huge. But let's get to some comments here. We're going to hear from Teoscar Hernández in just a couple of seconds. Dodgers robbed the bank. I love that. D-Mac, all of Japan watched the game. We got Delirium Native Foods near UCLA campus. Has had a scrumpulous vegan Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Agreed to hit a homer instead. Yamamoto did not give an F after the Hernandez era. Said, I will power through. That's from Turbo GSR. We got tacos, greater than signed tortas and cheesesteaks from Ozapa. I love that. D-Mac Teoscar on a redemption tour. Jeremy Lima 499. D-Mac, I was representing. I mean, there's so many comments, it's insane. But let's do the super chats here, and then we were here from Teo. We got got some more here. We've got Jason Alamio. 499, breaking news, traffic on the 15. The Phillies have crashed into a curve. It's called Shohei from Phil. This is a Jason back to D-Mac. You go to Dr. V, $2. Teo taketh away and Teo giveth. Bardo Munoz felt like a World Series Game 1. Baseball in October. It really did. I mean, that's another thing, too. 3 down, 10 to go. 3 down, 10 to go for the Dodgers' next World Series. We got... Cantankerous Yoshi, you take the good, you take the bad, you take both of them, and there you have the facts of life from Teo. Now, give me the comment of the show. Now, boom! Cantankerous, there's your comment of the show. Joseph Magazzini, congratulations on the new baby. Future Dodger legend, Joseph Magazzini. We got 999. Appreciate you, my man. That's a true day one right there. Tabry Chorus 499. So glad we quieted the noise tonight, Philly. They think they own us. Build a Kike statue now. It's from Joe Magazzini. Another 4999. We got Charlene 698. The Hernandez brothers should do a photo calendar. That's the comment of the show. I like that one. That's a couple of them here, though. Shuey D-Mac for the Hernandezes. Maxwell, I'll do a Shuey maybe Monday. Long Balls Dawn 499, hilarious name there, bruh. We've got Not Gonna Lie, I was shook when the Phillies loaded the bases. Oh, I was shook too, man. We all of us were. I guarantee that. I mean, this is postseason baseball. It just doesn't get any better, and this is not your normal NLDS. This is going to decide who's going to win the World Series. Bardo Munoz, $5. Roberts delivered. Good W call. Got Smith and Muncy when needed. Vesey on the right moment. Dave deserves his flowers. Clearly the most experienced manager. Yeah, we'll get into that after we talk about Dave. So I want to talk about some of Dave's moves. Dodgers Nation, my go-to post-game show. Thanks, $4.99 from Long Balls. We got Keith Evan, $9.99. Put your right arm in, put your right arm out, put your right arm in, and you shake it all about. You do the Roki Pokey and you turn yourself around. That's what it's all about. Ace. Okay, DM me for your t-shirt. You won the comment of the show. You guys are on fire tonight. Bardo, first and second inning, you could see the nerves on Shohei. After that, he was the ace. He kept us on the game, in the game, and Roki has ice in his veins. We got Jeremy Lima, D-Mac. I was representing the game here in Philly. The guy behind me said, This should be an easy out when Kike stepped into the box. Ha! Does he put some respect on Mr. Keektober's name? Is Nando? There's Nando. Nando, what's up? Crypto Ellie's a Philly fan. All right, so let's talk about Teoscar Hernández, because without question, the moment of the game came in the 7th inning. The Dodgers trailing 3-2. David Robertson, he was pitching for Philly. Pages, give credit to some of these other guys too. Freeman gets a big 2-out walk that sparked the rally that led to the Dodgers' first 2 runs of the game in the 6th inning. And then in the 7th inning, it was Pages' leadoff single, and then Will Smith's hit by a pitch that led to the Phillies going to Strom, and then Shohei Ohtani struck out looking. Betts popped to third, and then another big 2-out moment. Tonight, the Dodgers' moments on offense came with 2 outs. The Kike hit, the Kike double that scored 2 in the 6th, and then the Teoscar home run to right center. Teoscar Hernández on the 1-0. It was boom! Teoscar Hernández, he homered to right center, 394 feet. It was a 4-seamer that was up and away, and Teoscar Hernández just got great extension on it, and he lifts it over the wall. And on that, it looked like it was going to be a fly out. I did not think that was out. Did you guys think that was out when it went out? Because it was 102.9 miles per hour off the bat, a 36 launch angle, 394 feet. The pitch velocity is 91.8 miles per hour, and it would have been a home run in 23 parks in Major League Baseball. And Teoscar Hernández, I mean, he has the moment of the night. And this is why you live with the bad defense that he has at times. And let's not sugarcoat this. Like, the effort, he needs to be better just so he can avoid these situations. You know, here's the thing. Maybe like as crazy as it sounds, like if you give up 2 home runs and you hit a 2-run home run, then it cancels itself out. But he basically gave up 2 runs because you still have to have Shohei execute pitches out there, which he wasn't. But he hit a 3-run home run, right? So he made up for it with the stick. And through this year, he has been bad defensively. He was a minus 12 outs above average in the regular season defensively. That was tied for 106th in Major League Baseball out of 110 qualified outfielders. So he was 4 from the bottom when it comes to outs above average. So, like, let's be honest. Like, defensively, he's one of the worst in the sport. There's no debating that. But here's the thing. You can go to the minor league level. I mean, look at someone like a Justin Dean, or pick your outfielder in the minor league level, right? Like, you can literally find thousands of guys, that can athletically play outfield at an average to an above average level. Literally, you can find thousands of them, right? But there's only a handful of guys that can do what Teoscar Hernández does at the plate with the stick, that can hit and rake in big moments like he can. And he did it last year. He's already doing it this year. And the regular season, he was injured. And it's already forgotten at this point. The misplays, they're forgotten. Now, we don't want to see them in the future. And at some point, it could really hurt you. But what's the alternative? Because if you move Teoscar Hernández to left, and then you move Andy Paz to right, then what do you do in center field? Tommy Edman, Kike Hernandez? And then what do you do with Max Muncy? Like, to keep Kike Hernandez in the lineup, you got to have him in left field, or you have him at third base. And Max Muncy, he's going to get his opportunities. And I'm fine with Kike starting at third and then moving to left. But the truth is, I mean, you could have Kike in right and Teo in left, but still, Teo's going to play right now until further notice, because that's just the best configuration. Left allows them a little more versatility. You can throw Alex Call in there. You can throw Kike in there. So that's kind of the big issue with moving out of right field. And he can't play designated hitter, right? That's Shohei Ohtani's spot. He can't play first base. That's Freddie Freeman's spot. Any other team, Teoscar Hernández would be a very well-paid designated hitter. On the Dodgers, though, give me Teoscar Hernández and his bad defense all day, every day, if he hits like that. Now, once he stops producing like that and then he makes errors, then you really start to have a conversation. But you got to take the good with the bad, and the good far outweighs the bad with Teoscar Hernández. So all the haters on Twitter crying, oh, the defense is so bad. Oh, the defense. Teoscar's defense is terrible. Get him out of the game, D-Mac. His defense sucks. He sucks. Oh, deleted tweets. Apologizing. Here's the apologizing form, okay? Because guess what? This Dodgers team knows you can find guys that can make that play on every corner on a minor league field, right? But Teoscar Hernández, what he does at the plate is special. So you live with that. So it comes with the territory. I'm not mad at all whatsoever. So here's Teoscar Hernández. He's speaking to reporters live in Philly. So let's go to Philly and hear what Teoscar Hernández has to say. But let me know down below, what do you think they should do with Teoscar Hernández in the outfield? Do you want to see them move him? Because there's really nowhere for him to go unless you just want to move guys and have, instead of rotating guys in at left, you rotate him in at right. We've broken down why. I mean, look, in a perfect world, Andy Paz would be your right fielder and Tommy Edman would be your center fielder. And when you're a right fielder that is, I mean, when you're a right fielder, plays like that become triples. I've talked about on the show all year. When you don't cut off balls like that, that's a triple. If you're a left fielder and you miss a play like that, it's still a double. It's rare that it ends up a triple. So you always put your best outfielders in right field. Also, the reads off the bat are a little different. The way they slice a little different. There's always little details. I mean, there's a reason why right is harder than left, and you put your better outfielder in right. But I'll live with it. I will. But here's Teoscar Hernández. He's talking live to reporters in Philly.
Teo, what did Aaron Bates say to you guys in like the hitters meeting today? Heard that he said something about maybe the crowd early and kind of trust that you guys will be leading late.
I don't remember. Sorry.
I guess could you just kind of take us through the home run there?
You know, nothing special. I watched the videos. He likes to go up on the strike zone. I think that's when he's just stronger. And, you know, something up in the strike zone. My first 3 at-bats, I chased a lot of down. Not trying to do over swinging or anything like that. Maybe a hit, trying to bring 1 run to tie the game. But he left it over the strike zone. So.
Can I go here on the left, Bill?
I was wondering if you could take us through that ball that Real Muto hit up the gap that ended up being a triple. It looked like you were pretty close to it, but just couldn't get there. What happened on that play?
I was playing straight in. I didn't get a good angle. He hit it pretty good. I tried to get it so he can go all the way to third, or they can score 2 runs in that situation. It went by me.
Okay, next question. In the back there on the left, far left.
Thank you. Hola, Teoscar, muy buenas noches. ¿Qué significó para ti ese momento tan especial y qué pasó por tu mente cuando salió esa pelota, si pensabas que se iba del parque o no?
Fue un momento bien especial para mí, especialmente porque puse el equipo adelante. Sabía que le había conectado súper bien. Sabía que era un doble o era un home run. Gracias a Dios salió del parque y pudimos conseguir el adelanto ahí en el juego.
Okay, Daniel in the back on the left.
Teoscar llevaba tres ponches, sin embargo, aprovechaste la oportunidad y mira lo que cambió ese partido en ese séptimo inning. Cuéntame de ese cuadrangular.
Sí, Sánchez hoy estaba bien, nasty, como decimos nosotros. El crédito hay que dárselo a quien se lo merece. Él en el día de hoy estaba tirando los picheos donde tenía que tirarlo. No estaba fallando mucho en la zona de strike. Y nada, en ese turno fue a tratar de buscar un picheo bueno, tratarle de conectarlo bien y ayudar al equipo.
Teoscar, ganar el primer juego de la serie cambia la dinámica de la serie y especialmente fuera de casa. Y esa combinación de Quique y tú, ¿cómo describirla?
Sí, siempre empezar ganando es súper importante. Son series cortas. Pienso que no es que lleva ventaja el que gane el primer juego, pero sí te da un alivio para el segundo. Y ¿sabes? Quique, ¿qué podemos decir de Quique? Quique ha venido haciendo eso durante varios años ya. No es sorpresa para nadie que él puede hacer eso y más en los playoffs.
Okay, here on the left, Bill.
I'm sure hitting a home run always feels good, especially in the playoffs, but did it feel extra good knowing that, whatever had happened in the field, you just took care of that because now the Dodgers have more runs. Nobody has to worry about what happened before.
Yeah, at the end of the day, for me, anything that happened before a big moment like that, it's in the past. I try to put it in the trash and just focus on the things that I need to do in that at bat, and especially in place in defense, and just trying to help my team.
Okay, we got to let him go now. We got Show waiting for us, okay? Thanks, Teo.
There was Teoscar Hernández. Like I said, is anyone really upset with Teo still? Let me know down below. All right, let's go to you guys. Let's read some comments. Welcome to the Dodgers Nation post-game show. If you're just joining us, we hear from Dave Roberts here in a few minutes. But the Dodgers, they get game one. They get game one. And that is massive. To get game one is huge. It really, really is. And to not only get that split, think about what you're lining up. You're literally lining up Blake Snell and Yamamoto. Well, this could be a sweep. This should be a sweep. Let's be honest. They're going to be pressing in game two. The Dodgers playing with house money. I could see the Dodgers getting a runaway win in game two. This team is focused, man. They're absolutely locked TF in. Lock the in. All right. His defense, we got good point. Not going to lie, I was mad at Teo's hustle. I mean, look, it's maddening for sure, but I don't think it's lack of effort, though. But you guys know, like, I don't know if there's, here, look. If you guys, I'll tell you guys real quick. If you're new to the show, there was after the Rockies game, Teoscar Hernández, where his defensive play cost the Dodgers the game. There was this fake story by the LA Times that said that Mookie Betts was called into Dave Roberts' office and that they were talking to Mookie Betts about playing right field again. And that was what the conversation was about. And Andrew Friedman was in there. Then Mookie Betts said to reporters after that it was about, hey, that was just Mookie who goes into Dave's office all the time who was talking about his swing. I can tell you from what I heard from my sources that conversation was really about Mookie talking to Teo about his effort. And I was told that Mookie and Miguel Rojas had a talk with Teoscar Hernández about his play in right field. And ever since then, he has really performed a lot better. And yes, these last couple plays have been mishaps his last two games, but that's the truth about what happened in that situation. And my point, the reason I'm bringing it up now is I would not be surprised if, hey, Teo knows, but it's not necessarily, I think, going and say, oh, hey, Teo, you're play better effort, like yelling at him. I don't think it's that. I think it's more, Mookie, I'm a right fielder who's won 6 Gold Gloves there. Go up to Teo and kind of tell him what you would have done in that situation, like how you would have cut that off. Give him your insight. I think it's more of that. So I would not be surprised if Mookie Betts goes up to Teoscar Hernández and they kind of break that play down. I like that. Stop whining. We won with the hearts. I love that. Teo got that smile. Yep, I love to see that. All right, let's read some more super chats. We'll go to the comments here. We've got Brandon Bardo Munoz. Just saw that Pies gave Teo a signal of the grip of Strom. Completely legal, though. Teo needs a boost of confidence. Yes, and that's what I mean being heard right now is that you saw that right there. The grip of Strom, and knowing he's going to go up in the zone like that, and then Teo taking advantage of that. Look, if you see stuff during games, that is something you need to relay. And one of the reasons why you always want to see Max Muncy in the lineup, even if he's struggling, even if it's a lefty, is that you want to make sure that he's seeing pitchers. And even when Max Muncy doesn't have hits, he relays information to his teammates about how a pitcher is pitching. So, yeah, Paz definitely gave him some confidence. And Teo said it right there, that he went out there and he watches a lot of film, and he prepared himself for that right there. So you got to love that. And that was massive, too. We got, here we go. You were jogging, Teo. We got Tortas. We got MTV Gen X. We love D-Mac. Dodgers and 4. What's up, Michael Torres? Representing. I appreciate you. We've got some more super chats here. Legend has it. This is from El Machingona, 199. Legend has it. Philly fans eat cheesesteaks the long way. Oh, that's a comment of the show. Rosa Mosa, 199. Suddenly the Dodgers have won their last 8 games. We've got Paul Pena. I love the home run because I knew it put my team ahead. Translation. Yeah, exactly, right? We got you need to translate that for us, D-Mac. Me gusta. Okay, we got I will one time. Let's do some more here. Teoscar's the man from Elishiva Jones. We've got D-Mac is going to translate for us from Scout Recycler. Glad the usual bullpen didn't F it up. We've got the man is bilingual. Michael Tracy, D-Mac, let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Lots of baseball left in the series. Momentum will shift a lot before a winner emerges. It's going to be a nail-biter, and hopefully the Dodgers pulled off. I agree. I mean, there's a lot of baseball left, but this was the most important game. You cannot stress this enough. To win Game 1 against a Phillies team that was waiting in the clubhouse for this Dodgers team at home to quiet that crowd, I look for Blake Snell, who's been dominant against this Phillies team, was great against them, had 12 strikeouts in a mid-September start recently. I love Blake Snell on the mound. That's most teams' Game 1 start. I think the Dodgers offense is going to be playing with a lot of confidence. I think they're going to win Game 2 as well, and I think this could potentially be a sweep. I said Dodgers in 4, but tonight, you steal a game like this, you just stole it. You just stole it at the very end, right? I mean, we're not talking about stealing like the Astros. Dodgers that were the most important in winning this game. I will start Teoscar Hernandez's 3-run home run. He's first. Then I got to go Kike Hernandez, Mr. Keektober. I have to go Kike Hernandez in this one, getting the 2-run double there in the 6th inning after the Freddie Freeman walk and the hit by a pitch by Will Smith. I got to go that. And then third, I got to go Shohei Ohtani. I mean, the man was a little nervous early, didn't have his command as great as it dialed in as we've seen it. But for him to go out there and give the Dodgers 6 innings, 3 runs, and really it would have been 6 or 7 innings of 1-run ball, possibly 2, if it weren't for that Teoscar Hernandez play there in the 2nd inning. I thought he was fantastic. Retired 15 of the last 17 batters that he faced. A tough lineup, but with stacked lefties. I thought he was great in this one, working in that curveball in big spots. Just the conviction, the confidence. He's so unflappable. So those are my 3. Teo, Kike, Ohtani. Who you got? Because you could say Roki. You could say Glasnow. You could say Alex Vesia is a possible option as well. And you got to give it to Dave Roberts, too. Dave Roberts had himself a really good game, pressing the right buttons at the right time, going to Tyler Glasnow, also taking out Tyler Glasnow when he did after 34 pitches to get Alex Vesia in the game. He gets Sosa to fly out there to end the 8th, going to Roki, going to Shohei to tell Shohei, give Roki some extra time to warm up. I thought there were a lot of good moves. Going to Will Smith when he did. Will Smith just getting in and having an impact. Will Smith, he entered this game and he actually had 2 at-bats. Didn't get a hit, but he did score a run. He got hit by a pitch, so just working him in the way he did. Also, he took Alex Call out. Max Muncy pinch hit for Alex Call, and he went 0 for 2, but still Seymour pitches getting worked in there. Getting Rojas out in there for Edman, so you don't want to tweak that ankle. So I thought that was big as well. And don't forget, too, Justin Dean did come in as a late-game defensive substitution for Teoscar Hernandez. So that's why Justin Dean is on this roster to play a role. So I thought that it was a really, really well-managed game from Dave Roberts. I think the move of the night for Doc was to go to Vesia when he did in the 8th inning. And Vesia, he comes in, he executes his pitches, he gets Sosa to fly to center, and that kept it a 5-3 game. Here was Dave Roberts after this one. Here's Dave. He's speaking to reporters right now in Philadelphia.
Just take me through, obviously, we've talked about the history. Shohei's done so much of this. What was it like just seeing him do this, actually accomplish it? The 9 strikeouts, you know, playing this full game, you know, still active on both ends. He talked about just now that this is who he is. But what is that like to see anew?
Well, it's certainly never been done, certainly at this level. I think it just really, you know, speaks to, I use the word compartmentalize a lot, but this epitomizes compartmentalize. And, you know, he's essentially 2 people, you know, in one night, in one game. To kind of look at the at-bats that he took tonight and how he struggled offensively, but to separate that and just be a pitcher and weather that inning, that 3-run inning, to then go out there and give us 6 innings, keep us in the ball game. I just don't know any human that can manage that, you know, those emotions, and how do you not take that to the mound? So yeah, we continue to just witness history.
And just related to that decision you're making, 2 runners are on, already down 3-0. Didn't look like there was even a stirring in the pen. It seemed like you were just going with him in that spot. Can you just take me through what you're thinking about in that moment?
I just felt that he was just getting better as the night went on. I felt he was the best option, and nothing that I was seeing showed a drop-off. And so, you know, if he could chew up a couple more innings, I felt it would help us, you know, tonight and the games going forward. So, yeah, and, you know, that next inning, after 6, I felt the stress before, all that stuff, I felt his job was done. But, and also given his first playoff game, but I felt really confident in him, you know, getting through 6 with us, for us.
Okay, we're going to go over there on the left to Bill.
Yeah, Dave, Glasnow to Vesia to Sasaki, how close to your plan was that? And can we call Sasaki the closer now?
You know, I don't know how close it was. I felt good with Glass tonight in some capacity, given he's going to start a potential game 4. I felt good about Vesia in some capacity tonight. And, you know, with Roki, I just felt that the lane right there, you know, asking Alex to do an up-down, I just felt, you know, comfortable with him right there. So, you know, and honestly, I could have went to a couple other guys in those spots, but, you know, just kind of knowing who I got, I felt good about those guys we were running out there.
And Real Muto's ball that went to the wall for a triple didn't look like Teoscar gave a great effort to cut it off. What did you think of the play?
You know, I got to look at it again. I would argue that he wasn't not trying. But yeah, that's a ball that you don't want Real Muto to have a triple. It's certainly a short right field. But I will say, on that Harper ball, he made the adjustment himself, him and Dino, to cheat to the line, to go against the rec, to kind of play, you know, something that if Glass hangs a breaking ball, because that would have scored a runner. So, you know, he did a good job getting the ball in. So, and obviously, so that was a big play. And then obviously with the 3 strikeouts and to come up with a huge hit and to kind of, you know, keep that out of his mind was huge for us.
Okay, we're going to go all the way back to Dylan.
Dave, you know, on the subject of the pen, was there a scenario, like let's just say that second inning for Glasnow had been quick, that he could have gone out for a 3rd inning and just kind of closed out the game there?
Yep, there was. And not that the second inning was bad. There was a walk in there, then the Harper grounder, C&I grounder, then the other walk. I felt that's what cost him, and then I got to make a decision. So I just felt that, you know, Alex is used to coming into spots, and so that's why I decided to go. But yeah, if it would have been a cleaner inning, I was certainly thinking about running back out there.
And, and also just the fact that, you know, tonight, right, Ohtani was, right, good but not great, right, pitching-wise, you know, with that second inning. The fact that he struck out 4 times tonight. The fact you guys were still able to win the game, how important do you think that was?
It was huge. You know, he's not always going to be perfect, but I do feel that him giving up the 3 and to still go out there and give us 6 innings. So 5 innings tonight, he threw shutout baseball. Was huge. So it's a quality start for him. He gets the win. And this team's done it a lot. You know, different guys pick each other up, and, you know, Tommy continues to do his thing. And, you know, Andy, after getting robbed, gets a big hit to start an inning. You know, Alex Call, when called upon, takes 2 good at-bats. And we got Will Smith in the game, gets on base. So just everyone collectively. And also you get a starter who's never come out of the pen and comes out and gives us a solid effort. So just great team win.
You stay back there, Stephanie?
Dave, you said in September that when Teo was kind of struggling, that one of the things you were looking to see from him was more edge. Have you been seeing more edge recently? And if so, when did that start?
It started after that series in Colorado. I think that's when he kind of really turned it on. And it's a long season for all these guys. But I felt that that's the point where he was like, you know what, I got to be better. I got to play better. I got to play better defense. I got to dial up the offense. And
so what I tell you, that series in Colorado when they talked to Teo, that's what changed things up. I like that. What Dave pointed out too, that he had to make a decision on Vesia. That was his call. Is there anyone down in the comments that doesn't think that Dave Roberts had a big night in Philly? And I also love the fact that you heard him talk about Shohei Ohtani, that he did have 4 strikeouts tonight. He did not have a hit, but they still were able to win. Tonight's offense was courtesy of the Hernandez brothers. Okay, so they went out there and they got the offense done. But couple more comments here, guys. Thanks for rocking with us, man. We've got lots of shows. I think it's going to be a long postseason. We are going to win the World Series again. You got to manifest that. Yes, blood thinking on the team. We got Sanchez should have stayed. I need a Roki shirt. Agree, Ken. We've got what a team, baby. Dave was a master. I will enjoy today's win this weekend. We got Dodger Blue Waffle. One thing I noticed was that we didn't walk any leadoff batters so huge to not give any freebies to a leadoff at inning. Yeah, they really did not. They absolutely didn't. I mean, we got Noise by Noel 199, my man. What up, Noel Sanchez? Michael Conforto going to get a DMAC tattoo. Yeah, we should have that. I'll have him get my face tattoo as a tramp stamp if the Dodgers win the World Series. I'll ask him that for sure. We've got Dodgers in 5. Yeah, tonight almost felt like you won Game 5 in Game 1. That's how important I think tonight's victory was. I think that to steal home field advantage and set up the rest of your rotation with Blake Snell and Yamamoto and Glasnow, tonight felt like you won Game 5 in Game 1. I know that sounds crazy, but if you lose this game, there's a lot of pressure on the Dodgers in Game 2 with Luzardo, with Ranger Suarez and more lefties and a hot Phillies lineup. I think that right now it's pretty clear the Phillies know that the Dodgers beat them, and this wasn't even the Dodgers' best game. Their offense wasn't at their best tonight. You did not get big nights from their 2 best offensive players. Really, Freddie Freeman was solid, but still, it wasn't a big Freddie night. It wasn't a big Mookie night. It wasn't a big Shohei night. We know those nights are coming. It was a big night if your last name was Hernandez. So I truly believe that it feels like the Dodgers won Game 5 in Game 1. And also, like I said at the top of the show, you had an ace as your starter, an ace as your reliever, and an ace as your closer. 3 guys that could have been Game 1 starters for a lot of teams in Major League Baseball. Shohei Ohtani, who was a Game 1 starter for the Dodgers in this one. And then the one reliever who comes in a big spot, Alex Vesia, and gets the job done. So my biggest takeaway in this one is now it really feels like the Dodgers are all gas, no brakes for this postseason. It really does. To go into Philly, the toughest place to play in Major League Baseball, and come back like they did, we're rolling now, baby. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode of the Dodgers Nation post-game show. Join us tomorrow. We'll do a Sunday show, do some more in-depth breakdowns. Subscribe to the LA Sports Report on YouTube. That's going to be a lot of exciting stuff. We'll do Dodgers giveaways over there as well. Like I do at the end of every show now, I'll do some shout-outs to you guys who stayed to the very end. Do some super chats. Andy Chen 199 Roki with that killer instinct Ultra combo. Big 3 was bad tonight. We got DMAC as DJ, Jazzy Jeff, and Fresh Prince going to perform in Game 2. Yeah, I think he will. I mean, he's going to be in there in some capacity, whether that's being a guy who plays half the game like they talked about, or if he gets a start and feels better, we'll see. Dodgers Nation, y'all burned me for 2 super chats recently. Well, we got our super chat guy here now, finding him. I for a while, I didn't have someone doing the super chats during the show for me. Now I do, so I'm reading them all because they're sent to my phone. And let's make sure that we read the rest of them. Here we go. We've got J.Y. Kim. I love this $10 super chat. So happy for Roki for being able to prove to himself and the fans what a comeback story. Here's to helping the bullpen in the postseason and a great comeback as a starter next season. And how about this? He made the right decision going to the Dodgers and not the SD equals season done, the Cancun Padres, the Cabo San Lucas Padres, who are nowhere near the NLDS. Darth Vader, please. From Kiki, appreciate you. Long balls, Don, $4.99. When the Phillies played not like us on the PA, I raised an eyebrow. I saw that too. And how about this? Where's these idiot, dumb, clueless Phillies fans that think the Dodgers were clowning Zach Wheeler because they came off the plane and said wheels up? What? What? I think Rocky Balboa got hit too many times in the head. What are they smoking? I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's a faction of Phillies fans on social media that think that because the Dodgers said hashtag wheels up, that they're calling out Zach Wheeler, making fun of Zach Wheeler. 1, no. 2, that's moronic. 3, if you go back to 2017, if you go back to 2018 with pictures of Corey Seager and Cody Bellinger and Justin Turner getting on the plane, they used the exact same hashtag wheels up. That's just pathetic. That's hilarious, actually. That defies even, like, I shouldn't have brought that up. It was so stupid. We've got, I think we got it for the super chats for sure. But let's give you shout outs at the end here. Let's go down. We got Nando 390 always rocking with us. Crypto Ellie playing pocket pull. DMAC keep the show going. It's a 117, man. I mean, what are you going to do? We'll keep it going. Philly fans, CK3K. Who is Zach Wheeler? That's from Roger Smith. Pathetic. It's the Jordan motivation theory from EM. Yeah, except they skipped the part where they actually win championships. Sorry, not impressed with Glass, Joe Man. Hey, I thought I was. I mean, I think that he came through in a tough situation, gave some singles, lost command there for a minute, but I think he's still very important to this win. But another thing, too, guys, we're going to do a commenter Hall of Fame, the first Hall of Fame for the commenters of the Dodgers Nation postgame show and Dodgers Dugout Live. And we got our nominees, but the more you comment, when you win comment of the show, you make yourself eligible. So, yeah, think about that during this postseason as well, if you want to be a part of that. Because I'm seeing some people down below that I'm going to throw in that nomination pool. But let's give our shout-outs. We got Mario, Landaverdi, Rocky. I like that, Roki Sasaki. Hey, Adrian! It ain't right. That ain't you. Wilfredo Cordova. We got Keith Potter. Nando, we've got, let's give a shout out to Roger Smith and Rox, EM, Casper Vaporizer, Dan Moreno, Joe Man, Drake Draven, Nicholas Sadia, Marojo, let's go D-Mac, let's go, Lola, good night D-Mac, good night Lola, we've got Marmar, Keith Potter, Victor Banos, Turbo Turin, Kiki Mayaski, Dan Moreno, all Philly teams suck from BC, Joe Man, Roger Smith, El Manchingon, D-Mac with his Darth Vader taking a hit impression. Sister. Okay, that's going to do it. All right, guys. See you guys tomorrow. My name is Doug McKain. Follow me on X and Instagram at DMAC_LA. Join the Discord. Thousands of Dodgers fans talking ball all day, every day. Go to gearup.la for all the best Dodgers t-shirts in the game. Subscribe to the new LA Sports Report YouTube channel. It's my new YouTube channel. There was all LA Sports. More info on that later. And also hit the like button if you want to support the show. Comment CK3K for the giveaways. And remember that nothing, absolutely nothing, brings us together quite like Dodger baseball. Until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.
Start the party, Los Angeles! Your Dodgers have won the World Series!
And when the upcoming winter gives way to spring, rest assured, once again, it will be time for Dodger baseball.